Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Wednesday, February 13th, 2013. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. What you'll see here is that the futures are trading higher by $2.75, right to around the 15.1875, 15.19 level. Decent little pop to start the day, but again, market not showing all that much strength ahead of the opening bell. But last night after the State of the Union address by President Obama, markets are trading just a little bit higher. You do have the European markets this morning also catching a bid. There's some news out that the U.S. is going to work out a deal with trade with Europe, but I can't make much out of that stuff. Again, let's just see how the charts look and what the market's doing, and that's really all you need to concern yourself with. Right now, you do have the European markets really up across the board. The German DAX is up about 0.7%. It looks like Spain and Italy are up about 0.5%, and then you have London, which is the FTSE 100. They can print their own money over there, a little bit different than the actual Eurozone or the European Union. They're up about 0.2%. So markets are up across the board ahead of the opening bell. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case by the close today. Often during the middle of options expiration, you could see some pickup in volatility. Now, the trading volume this week has been very, very light, probably one of the lighter weeks of the year. So we want to watch that a little bit. That can keep markets buoyant for the most part. But I wouldn't hang my hat on saying the market's going to just go straight up again today. But really, there's not a lot of selling pressure either way. So, a flat, maybe slightly negative day is possible. I wouldn't look at it more than that, at least at this stage of the game. Maybe things will change throughout the course of the session. All right, let's take a look at a few other things out here. There's some more news basically coming out of the State of the Union. The president said that he's also going to look for bipartisan agreements and things like that. He's going to talk about immigration, gun control, climate change, and things like that. Went from global warming to climate change now. So, a lot of different things coming out of there. We'll see how the market reacts. That's when it's going to be most important today to see what the market, how the market trades after the State of the Union, because the president will push for these things in his final term as president. So you do want to watch for that. All right, a couple other things. Let's talk about gold here. This morning, gold is down $3, so no real bid on gold. Gold was a little bit weak yesterday. Today, you're seeing it, the GLD, traded right around the 159.89 level. Overall, I still think gold looks pretty weak at the moment. A little bit lower, though, it will start to look attractive at these levels. The patterns are just not here to support them. Support these prices. A little bit lower, it will look attractive for a move higher. But in any case, gold right now, or at least the GLD, is trading higher a little bit from the morning lows, right around 159.60 level. And if you look at the spot price, gold is trading down $3 to $1,647 an ounce. Again, watch the dollar. If the dollar is weak, obviously that will generally help inflate commodities. If the dollar is strong, that will help push down commodity prices. Remember, commodities will generally trade inverse to the dollar. Let's take a look at light sweet crude. Light sweet crude is trading up by 33 cents to $97.85 a barrel. Light sweet crude is what we use here in the United States. Let's take a look at USO. The USO is United States Oil Fund. It's a little ETF that tracks the price of light sweet crude. Pretty good one, too. Right now, light sweet USO is trading at $35.33, basically where it closed yesterday. Again, watch the dollar here. If the dollar falls, oil will get a bid. If the dollar rallies, oil will sell. If the dollar falls, oil will get a bid. That's how you want to view it. Right now, oil's holding up pretty well. I don't really see many problems with oil on the bigger time frames. So we have to keep that on watch. Now, there was some news yesterday out after the closing bell. It looks like General Electric sold its stake of Universal to Comcast. So you want to take a look at GE today. GE is gapping up a little bit, and the stock actually looks pretty strong on the daily chart too. So you want to give this thing the upside bias to probably around the 23.50 level. That's where the stock will most likely stall out. I'm not going to say it can't go higher because it is a strong gap and it's coming off a very nice base. So right around this level, 23.50 or so, that's where the stock really should start to stall a little bit. We'll see where it goes from here. I'm not 100% sure, but what I will say when it comes to this one is that I think the upside could be limited here. Maybe it has a little bit more upside in the tape, but in the short term, in the shorter scheme of things, possibly gets to 24. I don't see much more upside than that. So 23.50 to 24. I would not be a buyer of GE at these levels, regardless. The stock has now, is almost completed its upside projections or upside objectives. So again, take that into account. There really shouldn't be that much more upside. I'm not going to say it can't get to $24. It could, but I really don't see it getting much more higher than that in the short run. You will have some economic data out today, I believe. Later on, we do have import-export prices for January. That'll be out in about 5 more minutes. Also, I believe there is business inventories will be released at 10 a.m. So there is some economic data being released today. I don't know if it's going to move the markets all that much. I think January retail sales will also be out at 8:30. So again, watch for that economic data. That can sway markets a little bit. But the bottom line is, as long as the dollar remains weak, these markets will most likely hold up into the end of the trading day. I do have some gap plays on tap today. We'll be releasing them in the chat room. So far, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, about five gap plays, maybe 6, ready to be released. So those of you that want the gap plays, come on over to In the Money Stocks, take a free trial, and you'll get all the morning gaps. We were able to nail one yesterday for pretty good gains in just a few minutes of the trading session. So again, that's all we look to do is just get a couple of these each and every morning to start the day off pretty right, and that keeps us going for the rest of the day. Alrighty, with that said, everybody, I want to wish you all a great trading day, and I will see you on the charts. Take care, everyone.